The best part of Monday night is defects in your life.
What is up, defects? We're back. New night, same new comic book day show. For those of you that are new to this is where we take Chris Nelms' list. He's an author over at comicbookinvest.com. We take that new comic book day pull list and we break it down defect style. Before we get into the books, the Butcher 105, you want to let them know about our sponsors?
First up, guys, Express Comic Book Pressing, E-Rod 212, trusted member of the community, your presser's presser. Defects 10 gets you 10% off. Not only that, we have Mutant Beaver Comics, Canada's #1 online comic book shop for exclusive variants. Check out Pat and the B-Man, Defects 10, 10% off. Tell them we sent you.
There you go. And for those of you that want to get a closer look at Chris Nelms' new comic book day pull list article, I'm going to put a link in the description to that article, and of course a link right to the CBSI website. So without further ado, let's get into those books.
All right, defects, before we get started, we're going to put Chris's list up there so you can take a look at it, and then we're going to get right into this list. Only got a couple first appearances this week, guys, that we want to kind of look at. We got Crime Syndicate #4 from DC Comics. You got The Origin of Emerald Knight. You know we love Emerald Knight on this channel, don't we, guys?
Absolutely.
That's right.
Yes, we do. And then you got Crush and Lobo from DC Comics also. And this is the first appearance of Crush's girlfriend Katie. You got a couple different covers on here. You got that Pride variant, and then you got a Hip Team variant. That looks pretty dope. Lobo's a big dude, man. And you got a 1 in 25 variant also. I'm sure you got some other covers, but you know what? These are your first appearances, guys, that we're kind of pointing out this week. So we're going to move on to the defects picks of the week coming up next. Before we jump into those defect picks of the week, Jay, I know you got something to say to the defects out there.
Defects, before we get started, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel if you are not subscribed. Hit that notification bell. We're switching it up this week. We're doing Monday nights. This way you get your DC books in on Tuesday, guys. So, as Matt would say, without further ado.
Starting off hot this week from Aftershock, guys. You got Out of Body numero uno. You got cover A. You got a 1 in 15 incentive variant that we're kind of highlighting. Matty Forge, tell the defects what you got.
Yeah, this is an interesting one. I kind of like this. So kind of what we're getting into. All right, Dan Collins, okay? Basically, this guy is hanging on by a thread, okay? And he basically astral projects himself, kind of like a Doctor Strange type of move, to try to figure out who tried to kill him. All right, so that it's basically kind of seems like a mystery, murder mystery, obviously a little detective thriller, life and death, but he's trying to figure out his own right before he dies. So that's the little twist there. The writer is Peter Milligan. He's done X-Force. And then what I'm actually a little bit more excited about is the artist, Inaka Miranda. Jay, he's the guy that does We Live, nice, which we know has been an exciting series that people have really gravitated to, partially because of the art. So
yeah, the interiors on that book is incredible.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to this one. So let's I'm going to give it the first one a read for sure. So check it out.
Title says it all, guys. From AWA, you got Moths #1. And who else to talk about this book but Jay? Explain this to me.
Michael Straczynski and Mike Chow killing this book. Emily Kai has immense power. The catch here is once she uses it for the first time, she only has 6 months to live after that. So she has to change the world for the better within 6 months. I think this is a great concept by AWA. Looking forward to reading this book for sure.
Nice, man. From Boom Studios. We know Boom's just been killing it, guys. You got, how do you pronounce that? Basilisk?
Basilisk?
Basilisk? Basilisk? I don't know.
Basilisk?
Someone's
I don't
gonna
know.
let me know. So let me know if it's basilisk. I don't know if it's basil. I don't know. We throw a little basil in there.
Little
You got
dash.
you got cover A. You got a 1 in 25 incentive variant, which looks pretty cool. You got a 1 per store, and then I'm sure you got some more. You got a 1 in 50 Ward, a Hutchinson variant. I mean, obviously this is a number one, guys. You're gonna have a lot of people jumping on this and showing us what they got. Maddie, just give me a little explanation on this book.
Yeah, so guys, written by Cullen Bunn. We know he's one of the premier horror writers of right now, right? So essentially we got, and people are definitely been talking about this book for a while. And Boom Studios, we know everything they're doing right now is pretty hot. So we got 5 chimera bound by a hive mind, and they're not good. They're bad. Okay. They terrorize small towns. They go from small town to small town, just messing with people using their supernatural power. So basically, for Guy, scariest environment imaginable. That's all you had to say, right?
That's all you had to say.
That's all you had to say. So one of the chimera, Reagan, breaks off from the group. She's overcome by guilt, essentially. And someone from her past, one of her past victims, forces her to hunt down the other 4 to try to make this come to an end. We're going to find out how can she force her? What was the victim of? But sounds interesting. If you're into horror, if you're into, Cullen Bunn, they said that this is, if you liked Philadelphia, you're going to love this. So a lot of cool covers. You got Donnie Cates' wife creating a couple of variants here. So looking forward to this for sure.
Yeah, man, a lot of smoke behind this title. I myself ordered that Megan Hutchinson Cates Virgin variant. I thought it was a sick cover. I think this book is going to do big things. Boom has been doing big things, so that was definitely a pickup for me and my favorite cover out of all of them.
Nice, guys. Black Mass this week bringing out Everfrost #1. Pretty dope cover. Jay, what do you know about this book?
Written by Ryan Lindsay, illustrated by Sammy Kilvella. Von Lewis is seeking peace. She's a retired warrior. She's looking for a little rest and relaxation, but the only problem is she's caught in a conflict between the warlords and the Blooms. If you ask me, the warlords sound like a tougher bunch than the Blooms, but who knows what's going to happen here. Another indie book guy with a ton of smoke behind it, so we'll see where this goes as well.
Sounds like the Hatfield and McCoys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Listen, some people might talk about us, and some people might love us, and some people might hate us, and some people just call us the worst dudes. Well, this is the worst dudes #1 from Dark Horse this week, guys. Matty Forge, put some explanation behind this because this sounds crazy.
This is awesome. You can see it comes with a warning right off the jump, right? This had that Space Bastards feel, so I know Guy would kind of be into this one. So from writer Aubrey Sitterson, who I don't know if you guys remember the title "No One Left to Fight." That caught a little steam probably about a year ago. People were digging that. Basically, here's how it goes. There's no better way for me to sum it up, so I'm just going to kind of take an excerpt from the solicitation. So the book is so dirty, it'll turn other comics yellow. You got a dirty cop, a drugged up backup dancer, and an angry adolescent god on the hunt for a missing pop star.
What's better than that,
guys? I don't know. They said it's weird, funny, and vulgar. I mean, I have no idea why they would be searching for a pop star or why these 3 different people would be coming together at all. But I got to give this a read, right, guys?
Yeah,
I think what?
This fits in. This fits in with Shit Show, Space Bastards, Hot Valley Date, Cocaine Nights. Guys, you know this is going to be a good one. This sounds like, it's predicting the future of our Terrificon trip.
You know what, Jay? Just sign me up, baby.
Yes, sign me up.
Let's just go. Guys, this week from DC, we like to show a little love towards Batman. Batman 109. You got obviously a bunch of covers here. We're showing you cover A. You got that cardstock variant, and then Federici coming through again. He's just killing those covers. I think he's doing it. We show them every week. There's some good ones, there's some bad ones. Get them if you like them.
There you go. And that's I guess that's a Pride variant also there in the middle, right? That card.
Yeah,
Ooh.
both Marvel and DC are doing Pride
Yep.
covers this
There
month.
you go.
This week from DC also, you got Batman: The Adventure Continues, Season 2. I'm on board with these. I love Batman Adventures. I think they're dope. You got cover A. You got a Natalie Sanders variant, which looks pretty cool. That's a homage to something, right, Jay? You'll tell me about that in a second. And then you got a 1 in 25 McLean cardstock variant, which I think is ridiculous. I love it.
Yeah, all three covers fire, guys. This is written by Paul Dini and illustrated by Alan Burnett. Listen, after Mayor Hill is killed by a mystery assailant, Batman is on the prowl. But Batman is also tracking the Court of Owls, guys. We all know the Court of Owls from that epic Snyder and Capullo run. And not only that, but you get a little help from Deadman Boston brand in this issue. So I'm looking forward to this as well, man. I think the original Batman title, Tinian's been absolutely killing that. And I'm looking forward to Paul Dini's take on this. So excited for this book this week as well.
Yeah, that Natalie Sanders is BA12 homage, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry. I forgot all about Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I thought Jay would jump on that right away. So,
so yeah, another thing about this, regardless of story, like we always talk about, buy what you love, buy what you read, but sometimes we do talk about investment type stuff. So Batman Adventures Continue, the first, I guess it came out maybe about a year ago, a little less. It was a similar homage cover done by Warren Lau. Those books still go in a 9/8, still go for like $140. So these homage covers, there may be some value there if you can get a real crisp copy. So keep an eye out when you go to your LCS. Don't pass this up if it looks real sharp. You might want to get it graded. Who knows? But the first, a year ago when they had season 1, which they didn't call season 1, it did well investment wise.
good point, Maddie. Next up, Batman Fortnite 0 point number 4. The kids have been going crazy for this one, guys. Obviously, for one reason or another, not necessarily for the comic, but for the codes, maybe. But people are jumping all over it. You got cover A, which got a lot going on. You got the card stock with that little frog up on top. That's fun. And then you got the 1 in 25 Mustard. Mustardo. That's it. Next up, you got the Nice House on the Lake. And I'm just going to leave this for Matt.
That cover A is what guys' nightmares are made of, okay?
Yeah, a little bit.
The 1 in 25 Werther Deladera is very nice. Nice colors on that, as Guy likes to make fun of me when I say colorful colors. James Tynion, guys. Tynion Tynion. Anything he's going to write, I'm going to give it a read. I'm going to at least give it a chance. And then on the art, you got Alvaro Bueno from Detective Comics. So here's how this one goes. So everyone knows Walter in some way, shape, or form. But everyone knows Walter's a little off as well. Okay? We all know that guy, right? We all know that guy. After a very hard year, maybe they're talking about COVID. Like maybe they're bringing COVID into this because they're saying after the hardest year of everyone's life. So I'm assuming they're going to tie it into the pandemic somehow. No one's going to turn down an invitation to a beautiful vacation mansion in the middle of the woods that overlooks this enormous lake. Sounds like shit goes wrong though, because it becomes a horror mystery. So, and obviously from cover A, you see there's some weird shit going on. So, guy has his hands up. So, I think he's got a question.
No, I'm just going to turn. I'm going to turn down the vacation.
You're raising your
turning it down. You said no one's going to turn it down. This guy who's got 2 thumbs and is turning down the vacation.
Here's what I got to say about DC here. DC, tremendous smart play. You're letting Tynion write his own book, guys.
Yep.
This is almost like DC doing an independent book. And that's a smart play, if you ask me, because Tynion could have took this to any other studio. He could have took it to Boom. He could have took it to Scout. He could have took it to wherever he's doing anything on his own. To me, this feels like Tynion's own project that DC is going to produce. Smart move, DC.
Very smart.
Next up from DC, guys, you got Suicide Squad number 4. You just got, this looks pretty creepy, this cover. She's in front of her computer, got something going on, somebody sneaking from behind. You got a cover A. Yeah, listen, if you're into it, jump on it.
The crossover continues with Teen Titans Academy. Red X.
And I know the defects are excited this week from Dynamite. Dynamite killing it. The Invincible Red Sonja #2. You got cover A, but what we're really here to talk about is that Campana Very Gary and variant. I mean, guys, just look what Matt's doing with the cursor right now. Just circle him, circle him. You got a little hidden Very Gary on the bottom. Did you say Very Gary, Jay?
Look at that, guys. You got Amanda Connor and Uncle Jimmy writing for Red Sonja. And listen, we got that cover A. Awesome cover. But we got the Campana Very Gary variant. And if you don't know what Gary's doing right there, he's looking right up that skirt. He strategically placed himself right there. So, guys, if you haven't picked this up, go pick this up. Support our boy Gary.
And you know we got to follow up Dynamite with Vampirilla #20. You got cover A. I know Jay wants to talk about it, but I'm just going to talk about it because she's sitting on the devil's head over there. And then you got that cosplay variant, which the defects like the cosplay. Just saying. Matt's blowing kisses. Moving right along.
Or we get in trouble. Yeah, we better move along.
Defects have been excited about this book since Jump Street. So Noctera #4 from Image this week, guys. Maddie, tell them.
Man, I'll make this quick. I don't want to spoil anything. Scott Snyder and Tony Daniel have a masterpiece on their hands. I'll be honest. I didn't know if they were going to be able to keep up the pace. Issue 1 set, but issue 2, and I got about halfway through 3. I'm probably going to read it as soon as we finish up here. It's great. You got Val and Emery. You got Blacktop Bill is after them. They're driving the old man and Bailey to try to get to the sanctuary. I'm not going to go beyond that. The art, Tony Daniels on the interior, crazy, and Scott Snyder killing the story. That's all I got to say. Let's keep this train rolling because I'm having a blast reading it.
Jay's going to get excited about this one from Image this week from the Brothers Up North. You got North Force #0. Get ready for Roger Levesque from 3 Men in the Basement to be very excited this week for comics. Jay, what do you got?
Guys, you got written by Eric Larson, illustrated by Eric Larson. This is 90s nostalgia at its best, guys. You got the Canadian superhero team, the North Force, recruiting their newest member, Malcolm Dragon. So if you're into Savage Dragon, this is the pickup for you this week. Looks like they're out of lockdown, too. That's actually them running towards the border to get out of lockdown.
This week from Marvel, guys, we jump back on the Spider-Man bandwagon over here. Amazing Spider-Man #67. You got cover A. Matt's going to explain who that other guy is. And then you got the villains variant over there, too. Matty Forge.
Yeah, I honestly don't know. The Chameleon Conspiracy starts. I don't know if that's... See, I'm not reading the storyline, so I don't know who that is in the cover, but I am feeling that villains variant. That feels a little bit more nostalgia to me. But the reason we wanted to highlight this is because Therese Parker is back, Peter's sister. Yes, Peter Parker has a sister. Her first appearance recently saw a little bit of a spike because of this. She's got cameos, but the first full is Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man #1 from 2017. So beyond that, if you're reading it, keep reading it. If not, just wanted to highlight the fact that they're reintroducing Peter's sister.
I learned something new. I didn't know Peter had a sister.
There you go.
Cool. This week from Marvel, guys, you got American Knights #1. You got cover A, and you got that Shelby variant. Jay, what do you know about this book?
From Paul Christ, backed by the Squadron Supreme, Commissioner Luke Cage thinks he is bulletproof, but he is dead wrong, guys. I haven't been reading the Reborns. I'm not really feeling them. A lot of negative feedback. I haven't heard much positive feedback. I think it's just a weird take on different characters. But a possible first appearance here, guys. We weren't 100%, so we didn't list it in the first appearances, but a possible first appearance or maybe a cameo of the Saint. So, hey, if you're into Reborn, if you're a fan of Luke Cage, something you might want to pick up.
Yeah, let us know in the comments if you're feeling it and maybe what we don't know. Tell us if we're missing out.
Get excited from Marvel Comics, guys. You got Immortal Hulk number 47. I know this run is almost done, right, Maddie?
3 issues left in Ewing's epic run. I mean, this has been over. It's 50 issues. A lot of it has been very good. Some awesome covers. Bennett has absolutely been killing the variants. I don't know what else to say. I love that Bennett variant. Talk about nostalgia feel as well. Not a lot to say about this one, except keep going. And you always know the last couple issues. Oh, you never know. It might be worth a pickup just to put in your long box, just in case.
Listen, I'm excited this week for Iron Fist, Heart of the Dragon number 6. You got cover A, which is pretty cool, but that Okazaki variant is, dude, straight fire. Jay.
Yeah, guys, Larry Hama writing this. I'm a fan of that cover A, man. And listen, we know how Falcon Winter Soldier ended, and we know she's getting her own solo series in the Disney Plus show. This might be a cover to pick up, guys. Both cover A and the variant, guys. 2 hot books. Iron Fist. Listen, we have high hopes for this character, so this might be a pickup, guys.
I like both these covers. For sure.
Sick. You know it's not a list without a Star Wars book, guys, right? So War of the Bounty Hunters, number 1. You got cover A, Boba looking dope on there. You got the Pride variant, and then you got trading card variant, obviously, over there too. Coming through with 1 in 25 U variant, and then a 1 in 50 Laraz. Obviously, there's a bunch more. We don't have to say that. These books go out, they go crazy, and everybody jumps on making covers. But these are just a few, guys. Maddie, explain what this issue is about, bud.
Yeah, so we know that the War of the Bounty Hunters story arc and crossover event has been going on. So this is the 5 issues. It's a 5-issue limited series that basically describes the events leading up to Boba Fett handing over Han Solo to Jabba the Hutt. So this is going to go from June to October. It's part of the ongoing crossover Bounty Hunters, War of the Bounty Hunters story arc, I think, between the regular Star Wars title and the Dr. Aphra title. So, obviously, if you've been digging the War of the Bounty Hunters, you're going to have to grab this. Some awesome covers, and everybody knows Boba Fett is coming to Disney Plus. This just keeps garnering more and more attention. So, could be worth the pickup. It doesn't seem like it's going to be anything major first appearance-wise, but it's probably worth a grab if you're a Star Wars fan. Guys, that time of the week for Chris Nelms to share his pick of the week with us, guys. Like I said earlier, link to his whole article. He's got a bunch of great insight on this list. It's going to be in the description. So let's get into this pick. All right, guys. Firepower number 12 from Skybound. Here's what Chris has to say. Interesting, right? I was curious about this at first as well. So he said, this week I got to go with Firepower 12. I have enjoyed the series, but for them all of a sudden to drop a ton, and I mean, when he says a ton, there is a ton of covers and 2 different 1 in 25 incentives makes me think something is about to happen in this book. And it's some heavy hitter cover artists as well. And as you can see there, you got a 1 in 25 from Frank Miller and a 1 in 25 from McFarlane. I think Chris might be on some. As soon as I read what he wrote, I was like, this guy, I like the way he thinks. So I don't think it's a bad, reason to pick this book. What do you guys think?
Yeah, you don't have Frank Miller do a variant, and you definitely don't have the Todd Father do a variant unless something big is going to happen. So listen, Skybound is expecting big things from this because 2 major artists, guys, and 2 1 in 25s. Chris, you did it again.
It's a good series, Firepower, and McFarlane absolutely murdered that cover. I love it.
That wraps up the new Comic Book Day show, but don't go anywhere. We got a couple things to tell you. Number 1, the CBSI Indie Spotlight show is going to be on Tuesday night. Keep Thorough Comics. You guys definitely want to check that out. His link, along with all the other friends of the show, is in the description. All right, guys. Also, the 5,000 subscriber giveaway is upon us. The entry video should be out soon, so keep an eye out. If you're new, please sub us up like we said earlier, because that video is going to come out and tell you how to enter. We got a ton of prizes. So I don't want to keep you here any longer. We're going to get out of here. For the Pressable Defects, catch you on the next New Comic Book Day show.